Hey, Keeks.
Hey.
You're on live television. Are you nervous?
This is live?
No, it's not live. This is our weekly fishing report. And you caught some fish? Give me some fist bumps. We've been bass fishing this week. We've done a tiny bit of walleye fishing. We've caught some pike, to be blatantly honest, accidental. I know I talked to you last week about chasing some bluegills this week. I did not do that. I can tell you I saw a lot of them. They're bedding up. They're all over the place. I'm going to continue to preach a little bit of selective harvest during the bluegill spawn. They are vulnerable, as we know. Just be careful. We're going to talk about that. Oh, yeah. I know. That's a good one. Callie's excited. We have, I've taught Callie about the cheat code. I've talked about that a lot this last week. Well, that's what that's called. Oh. And I got one rigged up here. I did a quick video yesterday that continues to catch fish. Super simple. A variety of ways we're catching our fish, whether it's just an all-purpose fishing situation or whether it's bass, which is what we've been targeting the most. Water temps are jumping into the upper 70s. It's been warm again, abnormally warm. We need a lot more rain than we're seeing. We need actually a few days of rain. I know most of us don't like that.
Yeah, we're gonna get some storms.
We need storms, don't we?
Yeah,
we need
get some
storms this week, and it looks like. You think so?
Yeah,
you can feel it. You're a meteorologist, person that predicts the weather.
Yeah.
Okay. She says, yeah, she can feel it.
How do they predict the weather if they don't even know?
They do. That's why they're always wrong. Sorry if you're watching, you're a meteorologist. But yeah, so we need some soakers here, and it looks like we're not going to get much this week. It looks like it's going to be mid 80s again. We got some sun coming. It's going to be another stretch of dryness, which it is what it is. Can't control the weather, right? It is what it is. So talking fishing situations, we've seen a lot of fish slide into that 4 to 8 feet of water, similar situation as last week. However, we are seeing more fish. It is summer break for the kids. They're living their best life. There are fish staging in summer patterns, meaning Ned rig, jig worm, drop shot. That's putting fish in the boat for sure. We're a slightly hair ahead of schedule, sorry. And those are the techniques that are definitely catches the fish. However, we're going to talk about this here in a minute. Don't forget about.
Whoa!
This is called Wacky Rig.
Wacky Rig. It's gonna whack you with it in the face.
Wacky Rig has been a dominant presentation again this week. It's been an easy way for especially my clients to catch fish, cast it, let it sit, plinko down through these weed corridors and different things, and it just seems to get bit. Super simple, not beating a dead horse on that.
I wouldn't.
Any of you watching know about a Wacky Rig. You know about a Wacky Rig.
I wouldn't want to, if I were them, I wouldn't want to be by me because I would whack them with that.
She would whack them with the Wacky Rig. Fair enough. Another bait that I've been doing well with is, I talked to a handful of you, even at some of the boat launches, about already flipping. Now, I'm not talking punching, I'm talking flipping. I'm using Isn't that cute?
It's ugly.
She said it's ugly. It's a 3/8 ounce RLVNT jig from All Terrain. I got a pocket crown on the end. Everyone knows me. I got a green pumpkin or a watermelon on of some flavor. I'm fishing 17 pound fluorocarbon. Actually, this is 20 pound fluorocarbon. And I've been flipping this around, shallow cover, anything from, let's say, 5 to 8 feet of water seems to catch fish right now. And I'm just kind of covering.
What can that catch?
Bass.
Bass.
Bass eat it.
I want to catch
and fishermen.
bass.
And fishermen. But I've been flipping this around. I'm using a 7.2 medium heavy or 7-foot heavy action rod, using a pretty simple setup for catching fish. And this is doing well on a lot of bass. I can just move around. A lot of the weeds in that 48 feet of water where these fish are sitting are kind of gunked up. They're scummy, they're gross, there's algae, there's that thick kind of goopy stuff. Rest assured, there's fish sitting in those situations. So instead, I turn to this weedless jig, pitch it in there, work it back, cover different areas. I'm a little more effective that way than, let's say, something with an exposed hook, even a Wacky Rig. Chatterbaits aren't going through it. We'll throw a swim jig, but I've turned to this 3/8 ounce. That seems to be the go-to size for that desired depth. Rattling AT jig, favorite color, favorite craw, creature bait, and away you go. So that's been my angle for catching some of these fish.
My turn to show my rod.
Should we do it? Yeah. Callie wants to show you what she's got cooking.
This is my rod. I catch a couple big ones with it.
Yeah, let me hold the rod and you can show them the lure.
This is a purple one that cannot get any seaweed on it.
Weedless.
Weedless.
It's weedless. And you want to go show it close to the camera? Show them what you got cooking there. You got a Mr. Twister Kamita. I don't know if you can see that. That's the chameleon candy. It looks purple right now, but it also looks brown in the water. And we just got a Texas hook rigged weedless. What she's got on here, I'll hook it back up for you, babe. What she's got on here is a 20-pound braid, main line. And then you can see she's got about a 4-foot fluorocarbon leader. And this is just a, isn't that thing cool? You like that? Pretty?
I just remember when I was young, when I had that ocelot, and I dropped it into the
This is
water.
what you were using. This is what you're using. So a wacky, or a Kamita, weedless, similar purpose as your Senko type baits. She can cast this wherever she wants. She's not going to get snagged up. Easy presentation for the younger anglers to fish, or somebody that's getting into it.
Yeah, I was the first one to catch a fish when we went fishing at Grandma's.
You always are the first one to catch a fish. And all I got set up for her here, this is just a 6-foot medium action rod. She can control it. It's manageable. It works well. But that bait catches a whole bunch of fish.
Like, it can catch like a bluegill, sunfish, big bass, tornado fish.
Tornado fish?
Yes.
Okay, we're catching tornado fish now.
And stonefish, they go in the stone and they come up because big fish. That's the one that I caught with my ocelot when I was like 5.
Yes, you did.
And I dropped my rod. It was like a long one. And
That
remember
was a pike.
I
Caught a
remember,
big pike.
Yeah, it was like long. And then I think you caught it because when we go back, I didn't ever catch it again.
Okay. All right, should we talk about this one? So this one is the
look at
cheat
my
code.
mouth.
That's what you got right there. Where'd you put the packages? Right here.
I would have
Show them that
This
lure.
one is a cheat code.
Uh,
It's the sassy
Sassy swimmer.
swimmer, and they're like this is like one of my favorite colors. White, it's silver kind of, and they're really cool.
Yeah.
They have glitter, and you can catch like big blue guys.
Yeah, you can catch all kinds of fish on this. We showed you a little video yesterday on how to rig it. This has been kind of my do-all presentation. We've already talked about the rod and reel setup, but I continue to fish that, especially in the weed lines. You can have that one. Cast, slow retrieve, hop back to the boat. Still very versatile.
It doesn't smell good.
You eat it. Does it taste good? No, it tastes good. Easy way to fish. But a lot of ways to catch these fish right now. It's a fun time of year to get out there. We're dealing with post-spawn patterns when you're talking about bass, even some crappies. Some crappies have pulled off their spawning habitat, starting to stage, much like a largemouth bass for the summer pattern. Bluegills, still up on their beds, still doing their thing. Pike seem to be everywhere. We caught pike in 18 inches of water, and we caught pike in 15 feet of water, right? We caught all kinds of pike. We're seeing those things. The muskie season's open. I'm seeing the guys and gals out there chuck in for muskies. We've seen a handful of those fish still in that shallow mid-depth range, kind of chasing and doing their thing. There's a lot of things happening. I anticipate this next week evolving our patterns even more. I anticipate that next Sunday we'll be talking about all kinds of ways we caught these
And?
fish. Frogs, docks, you name it. A lot of things are going to kick off.
You can catch big ones. Big ones today. You caught some, right?
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
We're not done yet. No. Come on. We got to keep going. All right. Back up, Keeks. Sit back down here. She's excited. So a lot of ways we're catching our fish. I'm pumped up this week. I continue to probably I'm going to have my clients probably throwing wacky rigs. We're going to be throwing swim jigs, chatterbaits if we can. That seems to be catching fish when we can totally fish through the cover we want. Probably flip some jigs. That's the way I've been catching fish. Maybe the catch-all cheat code approach. We'll be doing some of that kind of stuff. You saw the way Callie's fishing her Kamita, her Senko, weedless. Easy way to get that through some of this cover. Floating worm. I want to try a frog a bit. I think that'll get bit somewhat this week. And I plan to actually start moving deeper. I'm going to start moving deeper and deeper and see if I can find some fish on the weed lines with jig worms and Ned rigs and drop shots, because I want to start finding some of these schooling fish. It's going to start happening, and I think if we can do that, we're going to have a lot more productive day on the water.
Can I have a frog?
We'll try a frog. We'll try a frog.
Because I can't.
Those are Brody's. He'll be mad at
Because
you.
I don't know how to use it.
We will try and give you some
No,
tips
you
on
give
how
me
to.
one.
We will try and give you some tips. Deal? Next time we go, you want a frogfish?
Yes.
All right. Give me
What can
knuckles.
you catch with frogfish?
Bass. So lots of fun ways to get out there. Get out there and chase some fish. Be safe on the water. Have some fun. It's summer break for the kids. It's summertime. This is when the traffic increases on the bodies of water you like to fish. So my rule of thumb, my advice would be always err on the side of caution. Be respectful, especially if you're out there fishing. More than likely there's another spot you can fish if you see somebody on it. Be courtesy at the boat ramps. Help people out that look like they're struggling versus getting upset and getting mad at them. Help them out, have conversation. We're all in this together. We're all there to have fun. We all love this great sport of fishing. help each other, be a good steward of the sport, and you'll have a lot
yeah.
more fun in the water. Any parting words? What's your last thing you want to tell them?
The best thing you guys can use is a small Elsa rod, because that's when I caught my big one. Because it still works even though the type of the rod you have. But the best one I'd say is a small one, because but you gotta make sure to hold on to it, because I dropped mine when
She
I
said,
was there.
best advice, use a small Elsa rod or a Barbie rod. That's some good advice. You want to say bye?
And use like a small fish thing, because you could still catch big ones with them. Because like, they like Elsa, they have a question. Elsa, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
and Mel on Bobby.
All right.
So do that.
Should we sign off? You want to say bye? You want to kick us off and say bye?
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye. Bye.
See you next week.
Say goodbye, fishy.